Welcome to April's Garage. Consumer Reports has listed 67 cars, used cars that you should not buy, and one of our cars proudly sits on that list.
So proud.
I'm glad you're proud.
Yes.
I am not. It's been fun. It's the Lyriq, our Cadillac Lyriq, and it's on this list for a good reason.
I did a good job steering you into a hoopty, a modern hoopty where drama and things can happen, but it's all been software. So you've had lots of interesting bugs with our electric Lyriq.
Yes, a lot of kind of the screens don't pop on right away sometimes. The craziest bug for me was when I get back into the car, the music blasts. Full blast, whatever I had on my phone or on the radio, whatever it is, just goes like over past 11. Like, it is insane. It's embarrassing. Everyone starts looking at you. I'm trying to find out quickly which knob, because there's like 17 knobs that can change the volume. Like, it's a thing. So hopefully they can figure out a way to fix that.
Well, sometimes it just bricks as far as the screens, or it gets really laggy. And yeah, little things like when I was making a phone call or something, the Bluetooth would pick up the phone, but then nobody could hear me, and it wouldn't give up control of the phone, so I had to take the phone off Bluetooth in order to have a conversation.
Right.
And then the screen would be locked up on the Lyriq until I turned off the car. So it was lots of stuff like that, but eventually the whole car did brick when we were in Hawaii for a week, and the battery drained, not the big battery that makes the car go, but the little 12-volt normal car battery.
Right.
And we came back to a completely dead Lyriq. It sent an email saying, "Please help me, I'm dying, the battery's getting low." But I didn't get there in time, and it was dead.
Yeah,
So,
well, here's a video about what happened.
So, you ready for this?
No.
All right. Somewhere there's a keyhole. Yeah, here, okay. Hold on. Because the doors are electric, they're all poppers. Okay.
So at least that opens.
Yeah, there's some junk in the back.
We've made access.
Okay, so now
Do you want me to do it?
No, it's all right. I'll pull down the seat. The door opens manually, so that's nice. So it has a hood pull right here, and they don't want you to do it accidentally, so you have to do it twice. It's 2 latches. And, yeah. All right. There's our engine, was supposed to be an engine. It's nothing, it's just plastic cover. And there is our little 12-volt battery here that is completely dead. So I'm gonna take a charger to this one, and hopefully it comes back to life. It's not bricked for another different reason, like it's really broken. And hopefully it losing its battery charge doesn't mess up the programming and cause all these lights and have to go to the Cadillac dealer.
So do we need to leave it on a triple charge when we leave?
No, what we should have done when we left is plug the car in and left it plugged in the entire time. So hopefully it comes back to life. We'll have to give it a few hours, so fingers crossed, April.
I mean, it's okay, it's been brick, because I don't know if I'd handle the snow.
No, it's a rear-wheel drive Lyriq anyway, so it'd be pretty hopeless.
Or fun,
Yeah.
either one.
All right, well, we'll see how it acts after a few hours, huh? So Jake filmed some of this, but basically I had to use the Lyriq's key, like the manual little old school shank key.
Right.
And the only spot to get into it is through the rear hatch. So I put it in the rear hatch, I turned it, that manually popped the rear hatch. Then I had to crawl through the interior to get to the front, to open the driver's door and the frunk, take the cover off, and put a battery charger on it, and hope the thing comes back to life. A lot of people just give up and have things towed. So it's stupid. Just put a battery charger on it and it comes back to life.
Right.
And it worked. Eventually the thing came back. It really didn't have any problems. Some warning lights were there, but then it all went away.
Right.
But it needed to get fixed. We were living with the bugs for 6 months.
Well, and the problem with that was we were supposed to keep it plugged in when we were gone, which kind of seems a little weird. Like, I don't want to just leave it continually charging. I'm sure something stops it from charging after it's full. But you know, we don't want to do that, and it was freezing cold outside, which obviously degrades the battery, the life of the battery, and it completely locked up, which is just wild. And the only thing that moved, like right before it died, it did this one last like Hail Mary, and that charging plate on the side, that kind of front fender, just opened up and popped open, and that was it. Yeah, that was right before it died. That was the final like. here you go.
But if you're a street park person, you don't have a garage, you don't have a charger all the time, and you leave for a week,
Right.
your car can't just die on you. That's
No.
just silly. So Cadillac has had updates, but they can't do it like Tesla and many others, where it's an over-the-air update where you get the software just by connecting your car to Wi-Fi at home.
Right.
You have to bring it into the dealer, which we did, or Jake did
Yeah.
actually, and apparently there were 200 issues that were fixed by these software updates, where you plug in the car to a computer and it takes 12 hours.
Right, but you said you drove it like briefly after we got it back.
Oh my God.
And a lot of the icons are different.
Everything's different. Screens are different. Menus are different. It's like getting the new software update, like a massive update on an iPhone.
Right.
And you have to relearn how to work your iPhone. It's just like that.
But can you imagine, like, my dad resists updating his iPhone for as long as humanly possible until that actual hardware doesn't work with the new software. So imagine doing that with a car, and then you have to relearn that new software. Like, that's a learning curve to
Right.
relearn all that.
Well, Consumer Reports was not too kind on the Cadillac Lyriq, unfortunately. So
Did they really say bad things?
they said do not buy. It was on the list of cars to not buy.
There's a lot of cars on this list.
Its reliability verdict is a 1 out of 5.
What?
And its owner satisfaction is a 3 out of 5.
Okay, not that bad.
But that's terrible. Only 60% of people
reliability.
actually like the Lyriq after they bought it, and they think that it's among the worst. I don't think there's a 0 out of 5 score with Consumer Reports, so that's the lowest score that it can get with reliability.
Would you eat at a restaurant that was rated 1 out of 5?
No, certainly not.
Okay, that's
Certainly
so
not.
Bad. That's reliability. That makes me nervous. Like, are there other things that happen to it?
Yeah, they predict the Lyriq will be less than average when it comes to reliability than the average new car. And owners are reporting Apple CarPlay problems, backup camera problems, display screens going blank, yep. Other in-car electronics problems, phone pairing problems, yes. Steering wheel controls.
Wait, steering wheel controls?
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
After a few months, the steering wheel started randomly changing stations or songs, similar to the volume thing that you were talking about.
Possessed.
They bought a new steering wheel to fix that, so we'll see what happens. One person had a hybrid battery pack fail within 31 miles.
That's rough. That's definitely rough.
So there's a lot of problems. The 12-volt battery draining is another big problem. Noises and leaks, squeaks and rattles. I mean,
the heat, there's noise when that turns
Right.
on. Right. I mean, I do have to say, because all these electric cars are kind of in their testing phase in civilization right now, and so there's going to
Yeah.
be problems, there's going to be bumps. So this isn't like the worst thing that could happen. I feel like we're complaining about things, but they're actually not that bad.
No, overall, I think it's a solid platform. We do really like the Lyriq, the way it looks, the way it drives, and the bugs. It's all software that can be worked out. But I think
Right.
the platform itself is pretty good. So there's cars on this list that have unfixable issues. So there's no way we're going to go through all 67 of them.
But how
it's
cool would it be to be a mechanic at Cadillac and be like, oh, okay, I'm going to fix your software problems, and you press a button, and you get paid for 12 hours of it uploading, but you really don't have to do anything the
Right.
whole time. Like
Wonderful.
the labor cost for that, something you could do at home, you should be able to do at home.
Yes, but the predominant cars on this list of problem cars are the plug-in hybrids, the hybrids, and the electric vehicles. So, like the Audi Q8 e-tron, it's all in alphabetical order. BMW iX from 2023, X5 plug-in hybrid. Encore GX is weird for 2024 only. And then the same Chevy platform with the Blazer EVs on here, same as the Lyriq. But there's weird years like the Chevy Suburbans on here from 2016.
But why specifically that year? I wonder?
There's like an issue with the transmission and engines in 2016. The Pacifica Hybrid on here, the minivan, because obviously they had tons of problems with the Pacifica Hybrid. But Ford Bronco Sport.
Not
Your
my
baby
puppy.
Bronco? Yeah.
Stop,
the
what
one
does
you
it
gave your dad.
say?
It's a 2021.
That's what mine is.
That's the first year of the baby Bronco
Is that
coming
my
back.
year?
I think yours is a 22.
Okay, but
yeah.
what does it say?
So a lot of these are like the first year problems with a new platform, and
Right.
they have to go through and sort it out.
Sure.
And we did cover some of the Bronco Sport problems with like the fuel injectors leaking.
Your
and they're
problem
fixing
with
all that
it
stuff.
is that it's slow.
It
and
is
that's
slow.
your main problem.
It has a pretty low owner satisfaction predicted, only 2 out of 5. But 2022 and 2021, very low owner satisfaction and reliability. as they sorted it out in 23, 24, it gets higher.
Right.
So you see that pretty common when they do a refresh and a whole new model and a whole new technology.
Sure.
They're just going through and bugs to work out. So not that unusual there. But Ford is all over this thing, all over. Mach-E, Maverick Hybrid, F-150 hybrids,
Mach-E.
Ford Lightnings, Explorers, Expeditions, F-350s of different years. GMC's on here quite a bit. The GMC Canyon had some problems in 2017 and 19, and now the new ones with that 4-cylinder turbo in 23 and 24 have some big problems. So you see another very common theme of cars on the naughty list when they switch from a V8 or a V6 and they've gone to like a smaller 4-cylinder turbocharged or hybrid system, high-strung 4-cylinders that aren't really proven, that they don't really know how to build yet, and issues there. So seeing a lot of that. The GMC Yukon has the engine things, the cylinder deactivation and transmission problems that's been happening for the last few years. Hyundai is always kind of a minefield when it comes to engines. So they have like weird years for the Santa Fe, 2015, 16.
Right, that's very specific,
Right, the 2016 Sonata. Very specific, but it's very hit and miss on them. Jeeps, not hit and miss.
Yeah.
The Wrangler, 2016, 2018, 2019, 2021, 2023. They just Jeep Wrangler.
Stop it.
But once again,
But they hold the value the best out of all of these cars.
certain ones, but they started doing that 4-cylinder engine.
Yeah.
You could still get the V6 back then, but then the base was the 4-cylinder turbo.
Right.
That has just run so ragged in those Jeeps that there's no way they're
So
going to
that's
hold
what's
up.
tanking Jeep in
Yes.
all these years.
Yes,
Just
and
that
their
problem.
electronics from Italy, since Stellantis owns them
Italy.
now. Kia, same thing, sort of hit and miss, but not too many on the list. Kia Optima from 2016 to 2017, apparently. Don't buy that.
This is actually a really cool list to
I know.
look for used cars if you're in the market for it.
I know, Lincoln Aviator is the only Lincoln, a 2020. Once again, when they refreshed the Aviator,
Right.
all new 2020, the first year. Usually you just avoid the
Sure.
first year of a new product because it does have problems, so
Right.
it definitely makes sense.
The Lucid Air on there.
Lucid Air,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
A lot of issues with the Lucid
But they
as far as
only
the software.
listed the 2023, which I thought the earlier ones were the problem.
Yeah, that's another one with a predicted reliability of 1 out of 5.
Ooh.
And low ownership satisfaction. 94 out of 100 on the road test, though. People really like how they drive. God, 249,000 miles, the top price on those. Just absolutely nuts. But
Wow.
you look at the other years, like they don't have any reporting on them yet. So only
Right.
2023 really has it. Once they get other years, maybe they'll come in. So that's
Sure.
why it's only showing for that year. Mazda, done a lot of new things lately.
How did you say it?
Mazda.
Mazda. Is that how you say it in Kansas?
They got a CX-90 plug-in hybrid. Of course, plug-in hybrid's going to have problems. The Mercedes C-Class and E-Class, but only 1 year, 2015 and 2019. And those aren't even first model years, so it's kind of interesting on those why. Let's see the 2015 Mercedes, for instance. I mean, look at it. It's all pretty low in the reliability, but for some
Very
reason,
low.
2015, yeah, way lower than the rest.
Right.
Versus 3 out of 5 versus 1 out of 5. Riddle me that.
That's very wild.
I don't know.
This is just really cool that they can compile this whole list, probably AI derived.
Well, Consumer Reports does send out surveys to people. They fill it out, and they also keep track of the cars. So every time it goes in for warranty work, they know how many times it goes in for repairs. And they have
right.
a very large sample
Right.
of customers that fill out surveys, which is just their general satisfaction, so that's sort of opinion. And then like hard facts, like here's what's failed under warranty
Right.
and beyond. They keep track of it. They're keeping track of data now on some cars for 10 years.
Right.
So pretty impressive what
great,
they do.
yeah.
Nissan, well, I'm surprised there's not more Nissans on this list, but yeah, 2019 Nissan Sentra, but not the other years. Interesting. Nissan Frontier had a big refresh around 2022, so it makes sense that it's on there. Rivians, once again, electric cars with software bugs.
Are you serious? The Wagoneer's not on here.
I'm surprised the Wagoneer, the Jeep Wagoneer's not on
Now
here.
I don't trust this list. Why wouldn't the Wagoneer be on there?
It doesn't have enough data points yet, apparently. I don't know enough. Maybe not enough people are buying it that are doing Consumer Reports for them
That
to put it
makes
on their
sense.
list.
Right.
But the Ram 2500 from 2021 is, and apparently the 2021 Ram 2500 is an absolute disaster. And I don't know why, but 1 out of 5 reliability.
Seriously?
Yep.
Wow.
Owners are reporting problems with the drive line, so drive shafts and CV joints and wobbles and noises there, and the transmission. So an absolute disaster. And I know there's one, I think, like with the Nissans or the Mazda, I think, where it was a start-stop feature that was just so problematic for 1 year. I think it was the Mazda CX-50. It was stalling out the stop-start feature. Well, we all worry when the thing dies at a light and then it's supposed to restart when you let off the brake. It wasn't coming back on. And it was an absolute disaster with those. So that's why it's on the list. The Toyota Tundra, of course, is now on the list. Before with the V8s, they were invincible, and now with that V6 twin turbo that they had to recall every single engine on in 2022, 2023. It's on the naughty list now.
No, on the naughty list, right. This is the official naughty list right now.
You'll
notice what's not on there is the 1987 Buick Grand National. It's never on the naughty list. That's on the good list forever.
But it's certainly a list you would want to check out. And hope that you're not on like we are.
We're definitely, I'm surprised, but not actually, because there are a lot of bugs in the Lyriq, which we now have fixed. So we'll see how it continues to drive. Thanks so much for watching.